Matthew Harding with Zach Porter here. The final day of the Central Hockey League meetings at the Wild Horse Pass Casino and Resort in Chandler, Arizona. Zach, a big day. We had a couple of rule changes announced. We just spoke with Jim Wiley. What were those?
That's right. Minor League Hockey Report is proud to announce some breaking news as far as some rule changes for the overtime and the fighting scenarios in the Central Hockey League. The first is the overtime period. The overtime periods will now be played 3-on-3 for 5 minutes, as it has been in the past, the 5 minutes, but 3-on-3 for the overtime scenarios. If a penalty is incurred during the overtime period, then play will be 4-on-3. It continues to where the penalties are going to be cut in half, so a 2-minute minor will be now a 1-minute minor in the overtime period. Now, we did ask Jim Wiley to kind of specify here that if there's a second penalty inferred by the same team, it will go 5-on-3. So it'd be interesting to see how the referees play that out. But after that, if it's still tied, it's going to go to the normal shootout that we've had in the last couple of years. It'll be 5 skaters. If after those 5 skaters it's still tied, then it'll go to a sudden death. If after 10 skaters it's still tied, it starts back over, and they do it all again.
All right, and we also have one other rule change, and that is as it relates to fighting in the Central Hockey League. We understand that 2 fights now will get you a game misconduct. However, if one of the fights is not instigated by the person with multiple fighting incidents, then they are given a third major. 3 majors has always constituted a game misconduct in the Central Hockey League. So, in essence, a fighter, if they weren't out instigating incidents, could have 3 fighting opportunities before they get a game misconduct.
Right, Matt. That also includes if a player has a fight and then 2 additional major penalties. That could be from a high stick, a roughing penalty, whatever it may be, boarding. As long as there's 3 majors, he still gets that game misconduct no matter how many fights he has. 3 and you're out.
All right, and no movement from what we can understand as it relates to the salary cap, playoff format, and that rule. We understand that that has to be collectively bargained with the PHPA, and sources tell us here at the meetings that that is an ongoing issue, so hopefully we'll have some news on that here very soon.
Yeah, we've heard rumors and such about the different scenarios. The general consensus, which we heard on our podcast, which was they want the playoff format to be reduced as far as the number of teams that make the playoffs. However, nothing has been said because it still has to go through the CBA and it still has to be approved by the PHPA. So as much as we wanted to give you an answer on that, all we can tell you right now is that there were ideas brought forward and there was decisions that were generally made, but nothing is firm until the PHPA and the CBA agree on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And when that happens, you'll be the first to know about it right here at minorleaguehockeyreport.com. As we went into the evening hours on Wednesday, it was a time to celebrate the past season, and Commissioner Ryan gave a great State of the League address saying that the league is one hell of a product on the ice, and it showed this past season. Now it's time to flip the page, but before that, we had some awards to give out.
That's right, Matt. The awards ceremony, it was our first time being there, and from what we heard, it was a lot of the media guys' first time being there. It was a wonderful experience, and we were glad to be there. We're going to run through these real quick. We'll have a full recap, and we did live tweet all of the awards given out, but the first one, which was given out, was a big group award to the Missouri Mavericks. They won CHL Merchandising Franchise of the Year, CHL Social Media Franchise of the Year, CHL Corporate Sponsorship Team of the Year, CHL Group Sales Franchise of the Year, and CHL Ticket Franchise of the Year. That was the first award they handed out, all 5 at the same time, all going to the Missouri Mavericks. The Rookie of the Year and Rising Star was given to a gentleman who could not attend, but a good buddy of ours, Mark Benetti, and well-deserving to him. Congratulations to Mark Benetti in Rapid City. The Broadcaster of the Year was Rob Labor of the Tulsa Oilers. The Communications Executive of the Year is Tommy Daniels. Most Improved Franchise of the Year is Quad City. Corporate Sales Executive of the Year was Matt Brokaw of the Wichita Thunder. CHL Hall of Fame class was announced. Travis Clayton from the Wichita Thunder and Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs was announced, and then Brad Lund. League Spirit Award was given to Jason Miles of the Wichita Thunder. The Peer Excellence Award was given to Amy Henderson of the Tulsa Oilers. Community Relations Award was given to the Allen Americans. The Game Operations Award was also given to the Allen Americans. The most unique promotion, which we saw a great video of it, was the Arizona Sundogs, in which they put general manager Chris Presson and their owner down into a pit for 10 days until they sold 300 brand new season tickets, and it was a great promotion that got a lot of national media. The Rick Kusaback Award went to Taylor Hall from the Tulsa Oilers, and the Brad Treliving Executive of the Year Award went to Bob McNamara of the Quad City Mallards. And then lastly, the big award of the night was the Franchise of the Year, which went to none other than Brent Thiessen in the Missouri Mavericks. So it was a wonderful night, capping off a great couple of days of learning for everybody involved in the Central Hockey League. We were proud to be there, and we were proud to bring you all the news and information coming from the league meetings here in Chandler, Arizona.
Yeah, absolutely. And a huge thanks goes out to Commissioner Steve Ryan, Bob Hoffman, Director of Operations with the Central Hockey League, and Jim Wiley, Director of Hockey Operations with the Central Hockey League, for all of their assistance and all of their time here over the last couple of days in Chandler, Arizona. Also, other people in the Central Hockey League front office and teams throughout the CHL. I speak for Zach when I say we made a lot of brand new friends out here and a lot of contacts that we look forward to using as we move on into next season to bring you the most complete coverage of the Central Hockey League. That'll do it for us here from Chandler, Arizona. For Shaylin Harding, Zach Corder, I'm Matthew Harding, MinorLeagueHockeyReport.com.